Do you wish you had time to be more creative? In this video, I'm going to share my top tips with you for how to be creative even if you have a busy life. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Natasha Cross, I'm an artist from London and I'm currently living and painting in Bolivia. I know that so much of us can struggle to make time for creativity, and that's why in this video I want to share 5 top tips with you for how you can do that. So make sure you stick around until the end to get all of them. And also let me know in the comments if you wish you had more time to be creative. Let's get right into it. In our lives, we have so many priorities. There are so many things going on, to-do lists, commitments, and in between working and making money, family commitments, keeping up with our social life, so friends, relationships, household chores, even studying. Like, creativity falls right to the bottom of the list for so many of us. I know it does for me, I know it does for other people. And time is one of the biggest factors that stops people being creative. It's up there with the things they mention in terms of also lack of space, lack of confidence, lack of energy. Time is a big limitation for people. And I would suggest that one of the key approaches, the first thing you can do to getting around this issue, is to identify the best possible time for you to be creative during the day. All of us are most productive at different times. For instance, I like doing things first thing in the morning, before anyone else is awake, before the busyness of the day starts. But it could also be that you're a night owl and that actually when everything gets quiet, you finally get that moment for yourself after everyone else is in bed to get on with your things. It might be a lunchtime, it could be a break during the afternoon. Whenever it is, identify that time that's going to be most creatively productive for you and commit to a daily practice of 10 to 20 minutes. So as we know, it's much better to commit to a small daily practice than to try and commit to an hour, 2 hours each day, which is so easily to, miss out on when other things come up. So the small daily practice that's realistic to fit into your daily schedule is really important. And once you've made that commitment, try and keep it at that regular time, whether it's the morning, evening, whenever you identified, and really honour that creative time. So if you can, switch your phone off, put it on airplane mode so you're not disturbed, put a timer on, so for however long you said, whether it was 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just create, just work on your creative project until that time goes off without worrying about things, without checking things. Just focus on what you're doing and write until the bell. So that is my first top tip for being creative. My second top tip is to delete social media, which sounds really radical, and I'm not suggesting you delete all of your social media by any means. What works for me often is deleting a social media app off my phone for a while when I've got something I want to focus on. So it could be for a few days or a week, even a month if you want to do it that long, so you just don't have easy access to checking it. And I know that we're often all amazed how much time can get lost in scrolling and in watching reels. So by not having easy access to a social media app, we actually save ourselves lots of quality time. If you don't want to delete your account or deactivate it or delete the app off your phone, you can always just set a timer on the app so you can only use it for 10 minutes a day or whatever works for you. And that way you can reclaim some of the time you might have spent on there otherwise. Top tip number 3 is to commit to a class. Most of us are lucky to have access to some kind of adult education classes that relate to creativity. Often if you check out local institutions, your local adult education institution or local cafes might have advertisements. Online you can often find classes as well. And if we have a commitment to a weekly session that involves other people that we've paid money for, we're much, much more likely to prioritize it. So whatever it is that would inspire you creatively, whether it's a life drawing class, whether it's joining a singing group, whether it's joining a cooking class, you will find that a priority comes much easier with a commitment to a class. If you don't have or don't feel that it's the right moment to spend the money for the class, there are also lots of free groups like online where you can connect with other people, Facebook groups, or like if you're in the UK, like meetup groups where you can go and meet like-minded people and share some time doing creative things together. The fourth top tip I'm going to suggest is give yourself a deadline. In busy lives, things can just be pushed back to the bottom of the list forever because there's so many other things to get on with. If you give your creative project a deadline and you commit publicly to the project, you will have to make it a priority. You will have to make it a bigger part of your life. So, for instance, there's a National Novel Writing Month, which is a free thing online which you can join. I'll put the information in the description below. And you publicly commit online to that you're going to write a certain number of words in a month. You could tell your friends and family so that there's no way you can get out of it. One thing that's always worked for me when I've wanted to spend more time on painting, but I've had lots of other commitments, is to plan an exhibition. So I organise a venue, I set up a date, I send out invitations, and whether I've given myself 6 months or a year, I then have to start painting because people are expecting to come and look at my artwork, so there's nothing else I can do. And actually having a deadline is really, really motivating. So definitely think about a way you could incorporate that into your creative practice. Top tip number 5 is get an accountability buddy. This is a really, really useful practice. An accountability buddy is somebody who maybe checks up on you to make sure you're doing what you said you were going to do, and also who you can check in with to say, yes, I've done this today, look, here's a photo of me going into my studio, here's a message to say that I've advanced on this part of my creative project, I've managed to finish sewing this, etc. So it's maybe a friend or a supportive family member who's happy to let you send those little messages, little photo evidence of what you're doing. It might also work great for you if you can find a fellow creative who's got the same interest as you, writing, gardening, cooking, dancing, singing, etc. And then you can both kind of keep track of each other's creative projects. So you can both send each other little updates, little questions, how are you getting on, you know, I've done this today, how's it gone for you? And that will really, really motivate you in your creative project. Those are the 5 top tips that I'm going to share with you for today. And I'm going to give you a bonus, which is the 6th top tip. In January, so January 2023, I'm going to be running an online creativity course along with my mum, who's an extremely experienced life coach based in the UK and has worked with top institutes like Oxford University, the NHS. And we have designed a course to inspire you and motivate you and to really make 2023 the year you commit to your creativity. It's a 6-week course, it's online, it has live sessions, so you can get motivated in Zoom calls with us, you can ask us questions. There's so much like juicy material in there that you can get your teeth into, lots of videos, lots of PDFs, and also you will have the right to join an online community through it as well, which we're going to set up as part of the course, which is going to be a really creative, nurturing environment where you can share your creative pictures, your inspiration, your ideas, your questions, and get lots of help and support from us and also other people as well. I would really recommend to check it out. If you're wanting to make a bigger commitment to your creativity, you'll want to make it a bigger part of your life. It's called Wellbeing Through Creativity, and I'm going to put all the information in the link, the description below. So check it out. It's on special offer right now, so you don't want to miss out this chance to join it. And in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be sharing lots more content like this. So if you're interested in creativity, painting and drawing, remember to like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with what I'm sharing. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.